Macmillan Audio presents The Sport of Kings by C.E. Morgan. Read for you by George Newbern.
As buds give rise by growth to fresh buds, and these, if vigorous, branch out and overtop on all sides many a feebler branch, so by generation I believe it has been with the great tree of life, which fills with its dead and broken branches the crust of the earth, and covers the surface with its ever-branching and beautiful ramifications. Charles Darwin, On the Origin of Species. Chapter 1. The Strange Family of Things. Your spirit will spread little by little through the whole great body of empire, joining all things in the shape of your likeness. Seneca. Henry Forge! Henry Forge! How far away from your father can you run? The boy disappeared into the corn, the green blades whisking and whispering as he raced down each canopied lane. The stalks snagged him once, twice, and he cried out like a wounded bird, grasping his elbow, but he didn't fall. Once he'd seen a boy break his arm in the schoolyard. There had been a bough-like crack of the thick bone snapping, and when the boy stood, his arm hung askew, with the bone protruding like a split-ash kitchen spoon. Henry Forge! Henry Forge! Number 1, I am Henry Forge. His father's voice echoed across the warped table of the earth. Domine Deus omnipotens dictator perpetuo vivat rex. Amen. The thick husks strained their ears toward the sound, but the boy was tearing across the tillable soil that had raised this corn for generations, and once upon a time cattle with their stupid grazing and their manure stench. He was sick to death of cattle, and he was only 9. Number 2, curro, currere, curriri, cursus. I am forever running. Silly child, he couldn't know that the plants announced him, the flaxen roof of the corn dancing and shaking as he passed, then settling back to coy stillness, or that his father was not in pursuit, but stood watching this foolish passage from the porch. On the second story, a window whined, and a blond voiceless head protruded with a pale, strangely transmissive hand, making gestures for John Henry. John Henry. It pounded the sill twice, but the man just remained where he was, eyes to his son's headlong retreat. The young boy was slowing now in the counterfeit safety of distance. He boxed the corn, some daring to feint and return, some breaking at the stalk. He didn't care. His mind refused to flow on to some future time when redress might be expected or demanded. There was fun in the flight, fun borrowed against a future that seemed impossible now. He had nearly forgotten the bull. Number 3, gentlemen of the jury, I am not guilty. The corn spat him out, his face scraped by the gauntlet. He clutched handfuls of husk and stood hauling air with his hair startled away from his forehead. Here the old land is the old language. The remnants of the county fall away in declining slopes and swales from their property line. The neighbors' tobacco plants extend as far as the boy can see, so that impossibly varying shades of green seem to compromise the known world. The undulating earth, an expanse of green sea dotted only by black-ship tobacco barns. A green so penetrating, it promises a cool and fertile core a mile beneath his feet. In the distance, the fields incline again, slowly rippling upward, a grassed blanket shaken to an uncultivated sky. A line of trees traces the swells on that distant side, forming a dark fence between 2 farms. The farmhouse roofs are black as ink with their fronts.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?